Hi everyone! In this devlog, I can say that I have finally finished the inventory and equipment system, at least in terms of functionality, since at the design level I'm sure I will still make some changes. So let's get started. We have always heard that the inventory and equipment are quite complex systems to develop, and I have been able to prove it by developing my own systems. Not so much because of the complexity of the programming, but because of the relationship between the systems, where it's very easy to leave something out and create bugs, especially between inventory and equipment. The inventory of Howling Tales, although it is very basic in terms of functionality, took me almost a month of development. In my defense, I have to say that it hasn't been a month working exclusively on it, but even so, it took me a long time. On the other hand, I finished the weight painting of the character and his accessories, so now I can use the final version of the character, even though the textures are unfinished. The inventory, as you can see, is quite simple. The items are organized by order of collection, and then we can filter them by category. When we move through the inventory, we can see the item information. An attribute comparison if we have something equipped. The design of these screens is not final, but the functionality is 99% finished. To equip an item, we just have to press the cross button, and we will equip that item. Each screen has the legend of the available actions in the bottom bar. When equipping an item, we can see how the camera focuses on the character, and the information of the equipped item is shown in the equipment slot. The information displayed is the most important, such as the name of the item and the attack and/or defense values. On the other hand, if we decide to unequip an item, we have to go to the equipment section. As you can see, the inventory navigation is divided into inventory and equipment. To unequip an item, we move with the D-pad through the equipment slots, and with the square button we unequip, and then the item returns to the inventory. At the moment, the system seems quite stable, although I imagine that bugs will appear when I use real items in real situations. The next steps are to modify the character attributes depending on the equipped items, and add the animations for all the weapon groups. If you are interested in developing a similar system, I have recompiled all the tutorials I have used in a playlist. I'll leave the link in the description. And this has been all the development of this week. It doesn't look like much progress, but having the inventory system finished in functionality is a very important milestone for my game. I hope you like these weekly devlogs. You can leave your comments if you have any questions or suggestions. Thanks so much for watching and have a great week.